Yes, I'm saying not only get your kids out of a bad system, but get your kids into the best system.
You mentioned Luke 6:40. This is one of our life verses in our homeschool. And I want to draw people's attention to one word in that verse. It says, every disciple, when they're fully trained, will be like their teacher. And, as men, we're taught, don't use the always and never phrases when you're fighting with your wife or talking to your kids, right? Use broad generalities. And for the most part, biblical principles are broadly applied, right? This one has that every word, right? So I want to jump back into this a little bit. Davis, one of the highlights of our movie is your beautiful wife, Rachel, speaking into that and saying she started homeschooling not feeling totally prepared, right? You're a guy who's been in this now for 30 years, probably. You've been serving the community. You've homeschooled all your kids all the way through. It's not that easy, right? So is this a prescriptive? Because I heard you say, bring your kids home. Are you prescribing this for every dad?
I am definitely recommending it. I am a proponent. I'm an advocate. I think right now, here's how I actually like to say it.
Mm-hmm.
In 2020, there was this worldwide pandemic. And the good news is that the homeschooling population essentially doubled that year. Mm-hmm. Went from 5% of the K through 12 students to 10%, ballpark numbers. And those numbers are pretty consistent among church Christian families and unchurched families. My question is, seriously, only 10% of K through 12 students are homeschooled? That should be 90%.
Right.
Because it's so good. However, as you said, it's scary. It's hard. There's plenty of reasons we can come up with why we can't do it. And yet, what happened in 2020 is a lot of folks had a mandatory trial run and they realized, hey, you know what? Not only can we do this, this is pretty good for us. It's good for our family. It's good for our kids. And so you had a lot of folks start and the homeschool population doubled. With everything that's happened in the last 4 years, it should be pushing 50%, pushing 90% in 4 more years. So yes, I'm saying not only get your kids out of a bad system, but get your kids into the best system. Home is the safest place. It's the best place. It's the wisest place. It's where Deuteronomy 6 can happen every day. You can have these Deuteronomy 6 moments when you get your kids up in the morning, when you put them down to bed, when you're eating meals together, which is a great time to educate your kids, and when you're going along the way, when you're walking the neighborhood, when you're driving in a van running errands. You have your kids everywhere. They learn life, and they're cooking in the kitchen, they're cleaning the house, they're doing yard projects with you, and they're learning reading, writing, and mathematics and the Bible. So yes, I can't state enough, and it's not just because of I'm a publisher, but it's because of how good it was for our family.
This episode of Rapid Response was brought to you by CTC Math. Visit them at ctcmath.com today.